Hey, good morning, everybody. I was just waiting for this live feed to kick in. Welcome to Saturday, which is April 4th. I think everybody's lost track of the days at this point in time. All we know is it's no longer April Fool's Day, and this is reality for us, which is that nobody can really go anywhere unless you're considered an essential employee. Let me introduce myself if you guys don't know. I know there's a lot of Youngs around there, but they're not related to me as far as I know, although people have said that there's a Mike Young around there. It's not me, although if you want to think I'm from Youngsville, go ahead. But let me get back also to, in case you don't know, I founded these community groups back in like 2011, I think it was. We're in 2020 now, so they're 9 years old. They always took off at an amazing rate. It surprised me. And what we've got in these community groups is just a way to interact, especially right now, especially today, where things are just at such a level where the only thing we can do is communicate online in many ways. Really, communicating online is the only way. And these groups are just like unlike any groups I know of anywhere. There's such a sense of community in the Wake Forest area and even the Raleigh area, and that group is growing. We have our biggest groups are Wake Forest community information and Raleigh community information. If you want to get to them and see what I'm talking about, if you have any interest, feel free to join. We've got about 52,000 members right now in Wake Forest community information. You can easily find that by typing in wfci.one. That's wfci.one from any browser. And then Raleigh community information has about 34,000 members in it right now. And that is rci.one. rci.one. That's the URL that takes you there. And you'll find too that some differences between the two groups. Number one is that there's 52,000 people in Wake Forest community information. And that's really the entire population of the entire town. So we've got full saturation except for people that we have not been able to keep in the groups. And, there are many reasons why we can't keep people in the groups. Usually they go against our policies and guidelines. And I highly encourage everyone on a regular basis to please read the policies and guidelines. They are pinned at the top of the group. There may be several pinned announcements up there, but they are definitely one of them. So please read them on a regular basis and an ongoing basis. We update those. And we have an amazing, amazing moderator team. I want to give a shout out to Philip, Sarah, and Aaron. Please, everybody, give them your thanks. They are working hard. They are working overtime. We have never had this many interactions in Wake Forest community information, our biggest group. And in fact, I've been giving you updates over the last few videos and letting you know how the interactions are going because we get statistics on these interactions as group managers. And I am amazed to tell you we have again hit another milestone, another record in terms of interaction in Wake Forest community information. In the last 28 days, we have over 500,000 interactions in Wake Forest community information. That's 500,000, more than 500,000 in the last 28 days. So to me, that tells us that not only is this a great group, great sense of community in the Wake Forest area, as far as I'm concerned, it's the best sense of community in the entire, of any locality in the Triangle area, as far as I'm concerned. And we've got the interaction. People are using this. People are taking advantage. We don't mind taking advantage in a good way. Okay, now taking advantage in a bad way is outlawed according to our policies and guidelines, so please take a look at those. But we love that people are actually using this group for what it's designed for. It is serving a purpose that I would love every community to have, but unfortunately, almost nobody has a resource like this, but we do. So I'm very thankful that you guys are using it. You guys are using it to connect, help one another out, especially the restaurants at this point in time. And they're really hurting right now. And please, talk about the experience that you've had with local restaurants, with takeout and delivery. If you are a restaurant, please go ahead, follow our policies and guidelines, but please post once every 24 hours. Let us know what your specials are. Let us know what you offer for delivery. We really want to get the word out. We want to connect everybody. Any organization or business that's hurting, please post in the groups. Now, we go to our number 2 group, Raleigh community information. And that's a little different because Wake Forest community information only allows personal accounts. That's just the way it's set up right now, and we cannot change that. I've mentioned that in previous videos. However, Raleigh community information and the other community groups, excuse me, let me get some water. I'm sorry, too much talking. Raleigh community information allows pages to join in addition to individual Facebook profiles, okay? Which is an amazing advantage if you are a business or an organization. So go, if you're already in Wake Forest Community Information, join Raleigh Community Information as well. That one is also a super active group. Like I said, we got 34,000 people plus in that group now, and we're about to hit 200,000 interactions per 28 days. So if you take Raleigh Community Information and combine with Wake Forest Community Information, you're going to have almost 750,000 interactions in the last 28 days. And if you take all the Triangle Grapevine.org groups, you probably got over 1 million. And that is significant. That is more than significant. That is just unheard of. It's unreal, really, when you think about it. But these are the times when we need... Sorry, someone's trying to call me. Let me decline that. All right, because I'm on my mobile phone here doing the live broadcast. We're so thankful and humbled that we are able to participate in this and connect everybody and bring that community, that real sense of community that we have online, so that it continues, to go during this crisis that we're having right now with the pandemic, the coronavirus, which will subside over time, but for now it is what it is, and we have to deal with it. So we have other groups. Yes, we also have more groups. And all these groups I founded, like I said, back in about 2011 timeframe. Now we have them under an umbrella that we call trianglegrapevine.org. You may have seen trianglegrapevine.org post in some of the groups from time to time. And we have a page that's trianglegrapevine.org. If you want to find us anywhere, just go to any browser, type in trianglegrapevine.org. It'll take you to our page. Click on groups, and you'll find all the groups that we have. And our market area, like what we really... Our area, our thing, our place is really Wake Forest, Raleigh, and the surrounding areas. Anything that touches that. So we have Cary Community Information, also like 8,000 people in that group. We have Rollsville Community Information, also about 8,000 people in that group. And then some smaller groups. We have the 4-county group, which is Franklin, Granville, Vance, and Warren Counties Community Information. We're in there too. And also Durham County Community Information, which includes Durham City and some other areas around that area. So those are our main focus groups. Those are our areas, basically anything touching Wake Forest. And as you guys probably know, if you're in Wake Forest is not just in Wake County. And I had to kind of mention that in the previous video when Wake County alone had the stay-at-home order. Now it's the whole state of North Carolina. But now Franklin County has their own curfew. So some people in Wake Forest the Wake Forest zip code goes into Granville County, Franklin County, and mostly in Wake County. So if you're in Franklin County in the Wake Forest zip code, you're going to have to make sure you know about this curfew. It definitely is going to impact you, although you shouldn't really be out if you don't need to be out anyway, but that's a whole other story. Actually, I see my phone moved out of the way a little bit. Let me recenter while I'm in the live broadcast. Okay, that's about as good as I can do while I'm still going live. So we've got all these community groups. Please join the ones that interest you. Please use them wisely. Use them to connect. If you're able to help people, tell how you can help in these groups. Make original posts. Make comments. Share stuff. All these groups are public groups. We have nothing to hide. We want people to become more engaged. So share anything out of our groups onto your own personal timeline, into other groups that you want on Facebook. Whatever you want to do. We would love for you to just kind of get the word out about our community groups and what we're doing, because we really, like I said, we would love to have everybody has any interest in Raleigh or Wake Forest or any of the surrounding areas to be in our groups, as long as you guys are going to behave. And like I said, let's keep in mind the amazing work that our moderators are doing, especially during this time of high activity and like having like 1 million interactions per month to deal with. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous if you think about it, 1 million interactions per month. But we are really right about there when you add up all those groups I just mentioned. So be very thankful, and please appreciate, just say some thanks if you don't mind. Because it's really a thankless job. We tend to get it from both sides when we're managing groups. You know the rule of society, of life in general. You can never satisfy all the people all the time. That is just absolutely true. And half the time we hear from people that we just let anything go in the groups and we don't care, et cetera, et cetera. And then we hear from other people that all we do is censor people all day long, and I guess to us that means we're doing a decent job, because we're getting half the people upset at us at one time and half the people upset at us at another time. And that's all we can do, is really just try to keep changing, keep rolling with the changes, keep updating the policies and guidelines, follow Facebook's community standards, and really just try to figure out what our specific community of Wake Forest, Raleigh, and surrounding areas wants to have going on. And like I said, if you have any connection to Wake Forest and Raleigh, even if you know people there, or you have relatives, or you visit from time to time, feel free to join. You'll see what's going on. You'll see what a real sense of community is, because really, it's got the good and the bad. But anybody who's in Wake Forest Community Information, WFCI, for any period of time knows what I'm talking about. It's got the good and the bad, but that's life. And we're just trying to keep managing it. It's a challenge every step of the way, but we're up for it. We think there's way more benefits than there are negatives to it. And especially at a time like this, it is absolutely needed. And like I said, we're so thankful that these things exist. Now, let me also let you know, I am in real estate, which you may or may not know. I've got a page on Facebook called Mike Young Real Estate, and you'll probably see me welcoming members into the group from time to time. I always try to welcome everybody, as long as I don't forget for too long, because it limits me as to how many people I can actually welcome at one point in time. And if I get behind, then you run into that. So go ahead and like that page, though, Mike Young Real Estate, if you want to find out more of what's going on. And I can tell you, I am working, I'm adapting. I'm very, very high-tech, tech-heavy type of a business, and always have been, always trying to innovate and be more like an early adopter of different technologies. That's always kind of been my thing. Like I said, I'm 50 years of age, so I've been around for a long time. Okay, I've seen, I remember the DOS computers with the optional color monitors, the optional disk drives, upgraded memory of 128K. That was like a super high upgrade, and I've seen everything in between. I remember when the first cell phones came out. I remember using one in 1992 in a restaurant. Everyone was pointing around looking at me like I was some kind of weirdo. And nowadays, you see everybody just tapping away at their phones. They're not even seeing where they're going, whether it's behind the wheel or walking down the street. And that's why these community groups have become so popular, because everybody's online all the time. So we want people to use this in a beneficial manner. We know a lot of people will use the internet as a giant time waste and a giant just way to rot your brain, almost like the new television. But we don't want to be like that. We want to be fully interactive, engaging with your community, and using it in a positive manner, positive manner. And any ideas you have, please reach out to me. Text me to my mobile phone. I'll give you two numbers. I got my 919 number, which is 919. Actually, let me just give you my 240. 240-205-0417. That goes straight to my mobile phone. 240-205-0417. Anybody wants to talk to me, anybody wants to message me with ideas, that's it. That's the best way to get in touch with me. 240-205-0417, my direct mobile. Yeah, I got in from North Carolina, from Maryland in 2007, 2008 timeframe, and I've had that number ever since. So anyway, I've got another number, but it's a Google phone number, and it kind of transfers the number, so it's not as direct as my mobile. 240-205-0417. Let me also let you know, we have an amazing event that we just announced a couple of days ago, all right? And this is for everybody anywhere, but I want to let everybody I know here in the Triangle area know about it too, because I think it can and it will help anyone and everyone that chooses to listen and watch with an open mind. And especially during this pandemic, it's directly related to the pandemic. It's directly related to the coronavirus. It's related to solutions. It deals with science and all evidence-based information, okay? Some of you may know, because I've mentioned it in previous videos, I run a nonprofit. More water. Hold on a second. Now it went down the wrong pipe. Oh, my gosh. Okay, the nonprofit is called PlantBased Diet Org. PlantBased Diet.org. Go ahead and check out the website. I'll try to link it below also, but it's easy to remember. PlantBased Diet.org. If you're a cook, go to Healthy Recipes. We have the healthiest food. There's so many different levels of healthiness in food. That's the healthiest stuff on our website. It's all for free. Huge, amazing resource of different links that send you off to different places where you can get these recipes for free. Check it out. You want it, okay? Also, food delivery. This is not from local restaurants, all right? But unfortunately, there aren't any local restaurants right now. that produce the kind of food I'm talking about, the kind of health I'm talking about, which is optimal health. And of course, if you don't have your health, you pretty much have nothing. I don't care how much money you have or whatever else you have in your life. If you're suffering in your health, it's pointless. So we can have for people who don't like to cook, delivered to your home food. And just go to our website, PlantBasedDiet.org, click on healthy prepared food. I believe that's what it is, healthy prepared food. And you'll see 3 different resources, actually some of which are available in local stores. I will say that. They're not local companies, but neither are a lot of the stores that you go to, like even Publix is not a local company. It's available in Publix, most Publix stores, most Harris Teeter stores. These are Plant Pure meals. Find out about them on our website, PlantBasedDiet.org. And okay, what am I getting to? We have this nonprofit. The focus is health. We've got this pandemic. We hear all kinds of things about what you need to do, what you can do, what you can't do. And of course, we're all stuck isolating ourselves from other humans right now. This is a mess of a situation. So what can you do? How can you take control of your own health to boost your immune system so that if you get this coronavirus, that you're going to fight it off, you're going to succeed? Doesn't everybody want an advantage like that? I'm sure everybody wants it right now. People are scared like they've never been scared before. They're anxious like they've never been anxious before, thinking that this is totally out of their control. But I'm here to tell you, it is not totally out of your control. There are things that you can do, and we have a special event where you won't hear it from me, okay? You will hear it from the top elite experts out there in the field right now, many of which you probably have never heard of unless you've been diving into this space. And if you've been diving into the space, you know who I'm talking about. Dr. Neil Barnard from PCRM. Dr. Michael Greger from nutritionfacts.org, Dr. T. Colin Campbell from the T. Colin Campbell Center for Nutritional Studies. And we've got a couple other people too, like Gene Bauer, Dr. Baxter Montgomery, who's a plant-based cardiologist. We've got a few more as well. I think Nelson Campbell is going to be there from Plant Pure. Now, what we've got for you is a fully online event because our nonprofit has produced and continues to produce live in-person events. The ones we've done locally, if you ever attended one, was actually we've only done one big one so far. We've done many restaurant events, but we've only done one big one, which was Wake Forest Veg Fest. That took place in November. I think it was November 3rd, and that was in Joyner Park. We've already got it scheduled again, if you guys are interested, which hopefully you are, for Sunday, November 1st in Joyner Park. It's on the schedule, on the books. That will happen. I'm almost certain. As certain as I can be, that will happen. Because this will be over by then. But anyway, in the meantime, we got to deal with what's going on. So what are some strategies? What are some things that you can do to improve your ability to deal with this if you get it? I'm sure that's what everybody wants, right? I believe so. So since you do want that, and my phone is, look at that, it is like, sorry, it's tilted. That's bothering me. All right. I think it fixed it. As much as I can. All right. Since you do want to do something about your health, you want to make sure that you are not going to get taken out by this virus. What you want to do is 2 things. Number 1, you want to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel because this is going to be a live broadcast all day. It's going to be on Sunday, the 19th of April, coming up here in just a little over 2 weeks, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're going to have a schedule soon. So first thing is subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube, it's PlantBasedDiet.org. I'll try to put a link down below, PlantBasedDiet.org. If you don't go to YouTube, just like we got URLs for everything, just type in PlantBasedVideos.info. PlantBasedVideos.info. It'll take you straight to our YouTube channel. Subscribe because you're going to get the live feed. You're going to get notification that this live event is happening on the 19th of April. And it's all day long. And I'm telling you, there is a lot you can do. There is so much more you can do that's going to increase your chances of totally pulling through this by boosting your immune system, by what you stick in your mouth, really specifically. There are many things, of course, that involve your immune system. We know that you need to get good sleep. You need to reduce stress. And for some people, that's nearly impossible right now to reduce their stress. But you need to get enough sleep. You need to exercise, get aerobic exercise every single day. But your diet, the food, what you stick in your mouth 3 times a day is the most important thing that you can possibly do. And I'm here to tell you that within just 72 hours, and I've mentioned this before, you can boost your immune system by a significant amount. Now, if you really want to dive into that, I mean, if you just take my word for it and do it, start eating plants, mostly all plants, or if not all plants, mostly low processed plants, minimally processed plants. That's what you want to do. But if you want to learn more about the details of all this and exactly how it impacts your immune system, this is why we're having our event. Now, it's called Fairfax Veg Fest, and it's actually called Virtual Fairfax Veg Fest because we had to cancel our Fairfax Veg Fest. We had to cancel one in Savannah, Georgia. We had to cancel one in Raleigh that we had two. We had one planned in Raleigh for tomorrow, the 5th of April. And we had to cancel it. But our top level speaker, our keynote speaker, Dr. Michael Greger, who is going to be at Raleigh Veg Fest. He was the major draw. He is going to be in this event. And he is going to be live with us as we rotate each person in and out because we can only have like 5 people in the building at one time. But we're going to do this stuff live. It's going to be broadcast live. You're going to hear, these are not going to be presentations where he's got, and folks have stuff prepared, right? And it's the same talk you've heard before. This is not that. This is going to be specific, geared directly towards what's going on, up to the minute information on the coronavirus and COVID-19, how the plant-based lifestyle impacts that and vice versa. All the things that you need to know and want to know. And I know you want to know this, okay? You wouldn't be on here right now if you weren't, you got no other choice but to communicate with people like this, and it's less than optimal. So the best thing we can do is try to figure out how to not do this in the future. And if you do get it, that you're going to survive it for sure, or at least as sure as we can be. What's the surest way you're going to survive it? We're going to tell you at this virtual Fairfax Veg Fest. So please go ahead again and subscribe to our YouTube channel, PlantBasedDiet.org, PlantBasedDiet.org, or just go to PlantBasedVideos.info, PlantBasedVideos.info, and hit the subscribe button. And in 15 days, we're going to have this event. So you're going to hear me talking about it again because I couldn't think of anything more important that we could be discussing right now. And this event, like I said, is not necessarily a local event, but it's virtual. I mean, I'm virtual right now. We're all virtual. And, just for instance, my real estate business is all virtual. We're still doing transactions. I was just on the phone with the attorney's office the other day. We're planning out a settlement that's going to happen, not next week, I think, but the week after now. We've got 2 settlements. I mean, we're just pivoting. We are rolling with the changes. We're doing everything we can do. And we're glad that everybody is, along for the ride here with us because my goal, and hopefully your goal as well, is to just keep improving things, keep making things better for people. And we're using and leveraging technology as much as we possibly can to make sure that that's going to happen. And it is happening. And again, we're very thankful that you guys are using these resources. We've got literally almost 1 million interactions per month, over 500,000 interactions per month, just in Wake Forest community information alone. And by the way, we have other groups. Like I told you, trianglegrapevine.org. Check the groups out. We have a group called trianglefoodies.org. Go to trianglefoodies.org. It's a group with 2,000 plus people in it, dealing specifically with food. And we know the restaurants are hurting. Talk about your favorite restaurant. Talk about some meals that you've ordered. Talk about anything you can just to remind people that these businesses really need our help right now. And again, any ideas that you have, please bring them along to me. Contact me directly, 240-205-0417. Text me, call me. And for all I know, I got messages right now. And if you're watching this live, great. But if you're watching it later, still, it's great. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave your comments below too. Any ideas that you have, leave them below. Thank our moderators in the comments below. When you comment in our groups, it keeps bumping it back up to the top so more people will see this. So please thank our moderators in the comments below. That would be awesome actually if you do that. Remember, our moderators are Philip, Sarah, and Aaron. They do an awesome job, an amazing job of sifting through over 500,000 interactions per month. And if you have issues, here's the number one thing takeaway from this. Besides subscribing to our PlantBasedDiet.org YouTube channel for the thing coming up in 15 days, the live event, but screenshots. That's what we need. Either pictures of your laptop screen or the screenshot you can click on your phone. Send them to all the moderators at once. As soon as you see something, don't bother reporting it necessarily. Don't bother sending us a link because these things disappear. The people who are really a problem and need to be removed are very, very sneaky with the way they do things. So we need screenshots and we need pictures of your laptop screen. Whatever you need to do, whatever you can send us, but send it to all the moderators all at the same time. Don't assume that one moderator is going to get back to you. Send it to all of them. We all have our own lives, and we're doing this volunteer work. And we think it's incredibly important and beneficial to the community, but we still cannot get to things instantly. So that is it for now. Have a great rest of the weekend. Try to get some exercise. Try to stay away from people. Don't leave the house if you're not allowed to. I think most people are not allowed to. If you're in North Carolina now, you're pretty much stuck. So depending upon where you are, you cannot leave the house except for certain reasons. Getting food, but of course we probably wouldn't need to have them delivered. It's probably better to do that. Order online. And anyway, I look forward to hearing more from you guys and kind of just doing life together as we're doing here online. And just making the most of it. Have fun, enjoy it while you can, make the best of it. And, meet new people. That's what you're connected to everyone around you in these groups. Just meet new people, introduce yourself. You never know what that might lead to. And that's one of the greatest things about the internet, is just connecting with people that you never would have connected with any other way. And we have the venue, we have the sense of community in the real community and in the virtual community here in Wake Forest and Raleigh. So use it for all it's worth. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.